Hi, Purpose Partner. Welcome to another episode of Rise to Your Purpose, a personal and spiritual development podcast for female entrepreneurs with a mission. We are your hosts, Brandie and Natalie.
We are founders of Victorious Entrepreneurs Rising, where we guide women to build profitable businesses online through diversifying your income, using kingdom principles in marketing, and operating in a spirit of rest so that you can create kingdom impact.
After this episode, be sure to join our Purpose Partner Facebook community and get your copy of our Rise to Your Purpose devotional so we can continue to serve you as we partner together in our faith and business. Let's dive into today's episode. Hello, Purpose Partners. Welcome to another episode of Rise to Your Purpose. I am so excited to introduce you to a guest today. For those of you new, my name is Brandie Thomas, and I'm one of the founders of Victorious Entrepreneurs Rising, and I guide women to create a profitable business while operating in rest and building kingdom impact. So today we have a special guest, Ria, right, is how you say your name. She's from the Philippines. And so she is a funnel strategist and designer. And so she loves helping to build and design lead generation systems and magnetic money machines for female coaches and course creators. And right now she's on a mission to help 100 female business coaches and course creators streamline and automate their business process through funnels. So I'm really excited to get to talk to you today and just let our audience get to know more about funnels and lead generation systems and like the pros and cons. So Ria, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you just got into this type of work, we'd love to hear a little bit more about you.
Oh yeah, sure. First of all, thank you everybody for joining us in today's podcast. So a little bit about me. My name is Regina Cruz. So I'm from the Philippines. I actually started working as a virtual assistant. So my clients are more in the wider range. So I choose any type of business owner that I can help. So what I do before is I do transcriptions, admin tasks, research, so all of that stuff. But then a client of mine last 2019 was into converting her website into funnels. So since I was her tech VA at that time, I did the migration, and that's when I fell in love with the whole funnel.
Yeah.
And then ever since that client, I've been constantly helping and focusing just on the female coaches and course creators because she was a female coach.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it all started. And then up until now, I've continued to harness and develop my skill.
That's so awesome. Yeah, for any of our audience members listening, I have a tech background, so I'm all about creating systems, especially for women entrepreneurs. Like, we need systems. We need to be delegators and overseers, and there's things that we need to focus on, and there's things that we should not be focusing on. So I think as part of building businesses that work for you, so when Natalie and I talk about building a business that works for you, this is part of what we mean, building a business where it's working in the background for you so you don't have to do all the things and be everywhere at all the time. So Ria, if you can tell us a little bit about like, what is a funnel? What is a lead generating system? Just for entrepreneurs that may not be tech savvy or may not have be at the part in their journey where they've implemented these types of systems.
Love to. So a funnel is a series of steps where you guide your customer or your prospect from one step in the value ladder to another. So your value ladder is actually your series of offers and products that would help your prospect be transformed from their pain points to their heaven points, or like in the heavenly state of being able to delegate stuff and all. So a lead generation system is actually a part of the funnel because it's usually in the first step. So if, for example, you have or you want to build your own email list, then that's when the lead generating system would come into place. And probably your listeners have already their own lead generating system. So for example, when you do a social media post and then you direct them to their to your Facebook group, then that's actually a part of the lead generating system. But with a funnel, what you're doing is you're building your own email list, because that email list becomes your asset.
Mm-hmm.
So even though social media is broken, or it's not working, at least you have something that would allow you to communicate with your prospects.
Yes. Yeah. So let's just reiterate that, friends that are listening. We do not own social media. We do not own our platforms, and they could crash. You could be canceled at any time. Like, who knows? Like, there's so many crazy things happen on social media. So it is really important, if you're scaling a business, to begin to collect emails. And you may not be in a space in your journey where you can do anything with the emails right now, but it is a wide, like, we're passing down some wisdom to you to be like, here's your clue. Start acquiring emails, because like Ria said, this is your asset. You can actually, that's like, you owned that data. So and then when you're ready, you can do more of the funnel thing that Ria is talking about. So Ria, why don't you talk to us about like the pros and cons, because I don't want to steal your thunder, of having versus not having a lead generation system in a funnel.
So one of the pros of having your own lead generation system is, when you have it, you can control what you put out to your audience. So there's really no holds barred. You can just send anything that you want. You can market to them anytime. You can give them informational tips. But when you don't have your own lead generation system, what it does to you is you have to like manually chase your client and your prospects. So it would be like you have no space to hold them together. So what it does to you is you're going to be rambling over different places to get them, or to be with them. So and also, since they're already in your system, then you can already start offering your different products depending on what they need. And then you can turn them from just being there, having their own freebie, to a paying client, or a one-on-one client, which most coaches and course creators do when they have their own funnels.
Yeah. So what, with the clients that you've worked with, how have you seen the conversion rate increase by them putting or incorporating a lead generation and funnel system into their business strategy?
Actually, by a lot, because when you're in social media, unless you're putting out videos, you can't really see the number of eyes or views that your posts are getting. So you'll just be measuring them by the reactions, the likes, the comments.
Right.
But when you have your own lead generation systems or your own email list, then you can see in the back end the number of people that you've sent it out to, the number of people that have opened it and have clicked through your link. And that's where it gets actually exciting, because you're gonna see like, oh my gosh, this email is converting. Or if not, then you can always tweak it so that there would be a higher conversion.
Right. Yeah, and I think that also just helps with your pre-qualification process too, because you can tell, okay, this person has clicked on maybe your funnel. If it's an email funnel system, you have like 3 or 4 email sequence in a sequence. And if they've, stopped clicking on the first one and didn't read any of the last one, the other 3, then like, okay, that person, there's either something, a breakdown in the communication, like you were saying, or they're just not interested at this point. Whereas somebody who is clicking, reading through all your emails, like that's somebody, like, I need to get on a conversation with them. Let's get on a call and see how I can really show up and serve them. So I think that, like you said, it's bringing those leads in, and then you're building up that know, like, and trust through the funnel system that you have. And now you're also pre-qualifying them to get those conversions. So you're not spending time with people who really, this isn't for you or for them at this season. And now you can see, oh, this person, they're interested. Let's get on a call and see how I can serve them. So
yeah, and actually it's more efficient if you have them in your own email list, than on a Facebook group, especially if you have different types of customers. Because I actually had that client where he has like 3 buckets of clients and they're all in one group, and it's really hard for you to get your message out there that's just targeting one client type because there are 3. So with an email list or with a lead generation system, you can actually customize the way that you talk to your clients so that it fits exactly what they need.
Yeah, that's so true. And especially like with a lot of the business women that we worked with, they have their leads and their prospects, they have their customers or clients. So that's completely separate communication, because maybe you have a special for reoccurring customers versus somebody who's coming new. So yeah, like I definitely see where that can be impactful to have different communication for your different buckets of people you're trying to serve. Or if you have different offers, again, there's different messaging for different offers. So yeah, I think that's such a great point, Rhea. Thank you so much for bringing that up too. Is there anything else you want to talk about around lead generations and funnels that our audience you think would find beneficial?
So actually, one of the funnels that I also do is the sales funnel. So I actually like to call it a money machine because it would allow you to generate sales even when you're sleeping. So you don't really have to be in there. So your sales funnel is going to be your online salesperson because you already have everything in one page. And the best thing they can do is just go through the whole page. And if they're convinced, then they can go ahead and check out. Whereas if you don't have your own sales funnel, then what it's going to happen is you're going to talk to each one of them, and I don't know, it may take 15 minutes or 30 minutes of your time, sometimes even an hour. And that hour of you talking to your clients, you can actually do a lot of things in those hours if you just accumulate them. So that's where a sales funnel would come into place, because not only does it save time, but it also, when the messaging is done right and the design is specifically focused on the experience of the client, then the conversions are going to be through the roof.
Yeah, that's so awesome, and that's so true too. And I think that just goes back to being a wise business owner of putting these strategies in place. Again, like I said before, we need to be, if we're stewarding our businesses wisely, we need to get to a point where we're not doing all the things and wearing all the hats, and we should be able to delegate. And sometimes that is delegating to technology and using it for our favor. So do you have specific systems that you primarily use or recommend?
Yeah. If you are in the, let's say, coaching business for a while now, I would suggest getting an all-in-one platform. So the different, or some of the examples would be either Kartra, Kajabi, or ClickFunnels. So I would recommend either ClickFunnels or Kartra because they're much cheaper than Kajabi, but they get the job done. But if you're starting course creator or a coach, then you might want to go to different platforms like Thinkific or even MailChimp, ActiveCampaign. So the important thing is that it can send out emails to your target audience. So that's really the factor.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we use Kartra here at Victorious Entrepreneurs Rising, so I'm definitely a fan of the all-in-one platform system for sure. So I was like, I hope she says Kartra. I hope we're like on the right platform. So that's awesome. So Rhea, thank you so much for your time. How can our audience find you if they're looking for somebody to help them set up their funnel and money machine generator so that they can just work smarter, not harder? Share that with our audience.
Yeah, so they can reach me through my Facebook account. So it's facebook.com/ma.regina.y.cruz, or on my Instagram. So my handle is Rhea Cruz 2021, or they can just go to my website at www.riacruz.com.
Okay, awesome. And I'll put all of that information in the show notes as well, so you guys can access that. Ria, thank you so much for taking the time today to just share some wisdom with us and our audience. And audience, we hope that you are finding value in this conversation. Again, if you need help, we highly recommend you setting up a funnel, especially an email funnel, if nothing else. And because like we said, that's your assets, not social media. And so we definitely want to be converting our social media followers into our email funnel and taking them through a generation system from not just a lead bit to a converting them to a client or customer. So yeah, we definitely value that here, and we're excited to have that information. So thank you again, Ria, for your time today.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Brandie, for the time and for inviting me to be a guest here.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. We would love to hear from you. So please share your takeaways by tagging @LiveVictorious over on Instagram and leave a review.
This will help us get more visibility and reach more women like you for the kingdom. We appreciate you and are praying for you as you shine your light in the business world and rise to your purpose.